I'm Ben Lee, Game Director of Hearthstone, and today we'll be taking you to our brand new game mode, Hearthstone Mercenaries. But what's this new setting all around me?
A few moments later.
Clicking on the campfire presents you with a task board, where you can see the objectives along with rewards for completion. This is pretty similar to Hearthstone's quest system. Just remember to come back to the task board after you've fulfilled the requirements to collect your reward. Speaking of task rewards, let's talk about equipment.
Mercenaries Packs? Pre-order bundles? What even is Mercenaries? Why should I even play? Can I play this game free to play? Hello, it's Jonius here, and I'm here with a quick rundown of Hearthstone Mercenaries to help you answer these questions. Mercenaries is an RPG roguelike game that is presented as a new game mode within the Hearthstone client. Look at that, it's on the main menu. Instead of building decks and playing with cards, you form parties of up to 6 mercenary characters to take down bounties for rewards. As you play, you'll be able to level up and upgrade your mercs with more stats, equipment, and abilities. So how does this work? How do I get the stuff to upgrade my mercs? Well, of course, firstly, by completing bounties. You'll get a rewards chest that will contain 4 mercenary coin drops, which you then can use to upgrade your equipment and your abilities for your mercenaries. Second way is completing tasks at the campfire. You complete a task, you can either reward you like a mercenary pack or mercenary coins, and you'll also be able to earn the 8 starter mercs by completing the introductory tasks. And of course, the mercenary packs contain a lot of items for you to be able to upgrade your mercs. Each pack will contain 5 items. They could be new mercs that you haven't owned yet, mercenary portraits, which are basically like skins for your mercs, or mercenary coins. More details on what exactly you get from these packs in a little bit. But before that, you'll want to know the basic combat to give you the best chance to complete those bounties and tasks. This here is the basic board that you'll be seeing through the tutorial. You'll notice that each mercenary has their own attack and health value. So you click on the merc, and this ability bar pops up above it. Now, when you first start out, all your mercenaries only have 1 ability, but as you level up your mercenaries, you'll be able to choose up to 3. This here is a Crusader's Blow, being able to attack a particular enemy, and then once you clicked on it, you just target an enemy. Once you pick multiple abilities, you'll notice that the different mercs have a turn order. So this is shown by first, second, third, for example. What determines the turn order is that the lowest speed ability goes first. You have 5, which is faster than 6. If you have 2 mercs of the same speed, they are randomly chosen which one that goes first. So we can see here, we have Crusader's Blow, which is a 6 speed ability, and Arcane Salvo, which is 5. And so the Arcane Salvo will play first. Click ready when you're done queuing your abilities. Let's see a turn in action. When turn starts, you have your command phase. You select your mercenaries and your abilities, and target enemies if needed. Then you see a turn order first and second, and then click ready when you're done. Then you move to the combat phase. The abilities play out from the lowest speed number to the highest. And then if there's a tied number for speed, then it is randomly chosen. So you see the enemies will have 2 8 speed attacks. You'll notice some mercenaries have abilities that have a cooldown on them. So what that means is that you'll need to wait a certain amount of turns before you can use them. For example, 1 turn. What's interesting to note is that you'll start the fight with your abilities on cooldown. So yeah, you can't just start the fight and use your most powerful abilities right away on turn 1. You have to wait. Now, another important part of fights in Mercenaries is the concept of roles. Now, if you know of Pokemon's type triangle with their fire, grass, water Pokemon, or you know of RuneScape's combat triangle with the 3 combat styles, then learning the Mercenaries combat triangle is going to be really easy for you. Protectors are your tanks and your supports. They usually have a lot of health. They have buffs and heals and taunts. Fighters, They're more aggressive, they deal lots of damage and have high attack. And your casters are your ones that have a lot of AoE damage. Damage all enemies. They usually have less attack and health on their mercenary. So a little bit more on how the 2 damage bonus works. We'll take the example of a hand-to-hand combat with the attack keyword, where you have the attacker and defender both taking damage. The attacker can deal 2 times the damage if they're attacking the role that they're most effective against. For example, the protector attacking an enemy fighter. However, if the defender has the role advantage, then they do not deal 2 damage back. It's only the attacker that can deal 2 times damage. Now, you have abilities that just say deal X damage. They don't have the attack keyword. So only the attacker deals damage to the defender. For example, caster versus the protector. As you may have noticed, your party can have up to 6 mercenaries, but you can only have 3 on the board at any one time. When a mercenary loses all its health, it is removed from the board, and you get to pick another mercenary from your bench to replace that merc. During a bounty, mercs that die are removed and unable to be used for the rest of the bounty, unless you stop by at a spirit healer. Then you can resurrect 1 merc of your choosing. So now you know the basics of how mercenary combat and parties work, we can start looking at building our parties around certain synergies. So for example, you could have a board of 3 demons with their abilities synergizing around how many demons that you have. Or you could do the same thing with murlocs. You could also build your team around a certain spell schools, such as Shadow or Frost. There's one more important thing you should know, and for this we'll need to define PvE and PvP. So much of progress in Mercenaries, much of what I talked about so far, has been all in the PvE matches. But you can also progress in PvP matches versus other human players. You can run rewards and also kind of leaderboard in PvP. In PvE matches, you can hover over your opponent's minions and you can see what they're going to do that turn. So therefore, that you know which ability they're going to use, what speed it is, so you can play a faster ability, kill their minion before they can play their ability. However, in PvP, you need to predict what your opponent is most likely to do or not do. So having an idea of what your opponent can be doing is helpful before you start playing PvP. And so you learn that first by playing PvE matches. Alright, we got around all the basic gameplay stuff that you need to know. Let's go back and talk about the Mercenaries Packs and the economy of collecting mercenaries. So there's actually a lot of information on the Mercenaries Packs that is hiding in a Blizzard support article on their website. So I'll be going through this in a more visual form so you can better understand what this stuff actually means. As said before, you're guaranteed 1 mercenary card, and the other 4 items can be any of the other things. There are a couple of ways you can get to own a mercenary. You can firstly get the mercenary card, and that allows you to play it in the game mode of default portrait. Now, if you get the mercenary portrait, which is basically the skin or new look, you can still use it in the game mode, and you will be able to open the mercenary card later on. For rare and epic mercenaries, there's 3 golden portraits, while legendary mercenaries have an extra diamond portrait that you can get. You can also unlock mercenaries by just crafting them straight up with coins. If you have 100 coins, you can craft a rare mercenary. If you're 500, you can craft a legendary. So the mercenary packs, let's talk about the mercenary cards. For each pack, you're guaranteed 1 that is rare or better for a mercenary that you don't yet own. So there's duplicate protection here. And on average, you'll get an epic mercenary card 1 every 5 packs. And for legendaries, you're guaranteed 1 in the first 10 packs, and you average 1 every 20. You can get mercenary coins in your packs. That's 35 to 45 coins per time that you see in the pack. And for rare mercenaries, you're on average going to get 12 drops every 10 packs. For epics, it's 10. And for legendaries, it's 8 times every 10 packs. For mercenary portraits, whenever you open one in a pack, it's guaranteed to be a portrait that you don't own yet. As I said before, there's the golden and diamond portraits. And initial chances are 33% chance for like the 3 golden portraits. Or for legendary, it's 10% for the diamond and 30% for the other 3. And then once you get more portraits, the percentage just changes. So for example, you open the legendary and you get the diamond portrait first. Then the other 3 golden portraits will go back up to 33%. And then once you own all the portraits for mercenary and you have to open another portrait, it will turn into more mercenary coins instead. Like a duplicate mercenary portrait for legendary will be 100 mercenary coins. So now we know how that works. We can look further into the costs for unlocking mercenaries, upgrading abilities, and upgrading equipment. Now, I haven't done the math. I know someone else out there will probably do the math. But I'm going to put on the right hand side the cost to unlock mercenaries and equipment, and on the left hand side all the different ways to get mercenary coins that we know of. So mercenary coins from packs, duplicate mercenary portraits turning into coins, completing bounties, completing campfire tasks, and playing in the fighting pit or PvP. Yeah, so we have those. And there's the abilities. You can upgrade each ability up to level 5. And each merc has 3 abilities, of course. So it's total 475 to upgrade one ability to level 5. And then for equipment, you can upgrade your equipment to level 4. And there's 3 different equipments for each mercenary. So it's total 425 mercenary coins times 3 if you want all 3 equipment choices to be fully upgraded. So you can see, like, to fully max out mercenaries can cost a lot, and that's where the concern is. But if you could just get max level right away or accessible very quickly, then there wouldn't be a point in progressing and getting better with your mercenary collection. So I mentioned before there were 8 starter mercs, and these happen to be the 8 that you'll be able to get right off, that you can use and get coins to upgrade. And then there's the 3 pre-order mercs, which you can earn for free. So there's my rundown for what you need to know in the Mercenaries game mode. There's a lot more that I didn't cover, like for example the village and upgrading it. It will cost up to 1500 gold to fully upgrade your village. You don't really have to do all that right away. There'll just be a lot more that we'll find out once we actually get to play the game mode. Overall, I am quite excited to give Mercenaries a try. I will not be pre-ordering because I want to see that the game mode is viable, free to play, before I even consider spending money on this game mode. And from the looks of it, it looks like there are plenty of ways you can play Mercenaries completely free to play and have a good time. A new way to experience Hearthstone. Now let's hope Blizzard goes back and fixes the main existing modes, like Standard and Wild. Plus all the client bugs that have popped up since patch 20.0. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, the discussion, or just the ideas I talked about, go ahead and leave a like. And maybe you can subscribe so you know when I release videos like this in the future.